My name is Luta, all the way from Sunset Events TV. You already know. What's your name?
Peter.
Peter. Where are we today?
We're in Toowoomba.
Toowoomba. Are you a local?
I definitely am.
How long have you lived in Toowoomba for?
7 years now.
Oh, that's a long time.
I've lived places longer.
Are you single or you married?
Single.
How long have you been single for?
Too long.
Bro, why do you think you're single? You're a beautiful, beautiful man. Look at you.
I am
beautiful.
Incredibly antisocial.
Okay, I see. We are getting to the cause. Okay, how long was your last relationship?
6.5 years.
Oh, okay, you were keeper. Fair enough. You tried. You're better than me.
Yeah, well, the kids helped it.
They will not see this. The kids will not watch this. We will edit that part out. All right. Okay. First question of the day.
Yeah.
What do you think about the highly increasing cost of living?
I suppose I'm not allowed to swear, so it's not really good. I'm currently in a place. It was $200 when we moved in. It's now nearly $500. They've done nothing to the property whatsoever. I mean, it took them 4 years to put a brick on the back step because kept falling down the bloody thing when you take the washing out. But now they want to hike it up, $80 again, and now we got to move because we can't afford the place.
Of course, we can't afford the place. What do you think is causing it? Why do you think all these people are hiking the prices? Because at first they said it was the aftermath of COVID.
Oh yeah, no.
Then they said the war. And then, so what do you think is really causing it?
I'm going to be really pessimistic and say I think it's just human greed.
Greed.
There's people who supply demand. There's homeless people here. There's people who are willing to pay $500 for a $300 property. So why wouldn't you if you owned a home and you can get $500 for it? Why would you charge $300?
They get away with it.
Yeah, basically. And there's no real, trying to think of the right word, you got the RTA and stuff like that can help mediate things, but there's no real standard place that can sit there and go, in Queensland you can only hike up the rent based on like the increase in interest rates, etc. Like I can understand you got a mortgage on your home, you want to increase your rent to help pay off the mortgage on your home, but it's not going up 80 a year, that's the whole thing, you can understand 30, 40, 50, that sort of thing, I understand things get more expensive, but with the food going up and cost of living, it's just no one's got any money to do anything in their lives anymore, like go to the movies or take the missus out for...
What's your message to the local leaders, to the people who are responsible at this? Because obviously I know there is someone who is responsible. There is someone we should be pointing in.
Oh, I don't know exactly who it is. Usually it's your member of parliament, but I'd just like to say maybe you just need to start listening to the locals, like people who are living here, because we got a homeless issue here. We got people living on the streets because they can't afford places, and nothing's been done about that. They've just been told to move on. Maybe start looking at the, I'm not going to say the poor people, but the lower income brackets of people, the people who are struggling,
I am one of the poor people. We need to be looked after, literally. Okay, my second question of the day, my bro, right? What do you think about the highly increasing youth crimes? First of all, do you know anyone that has been affected by the youth crimes directly or indirectly?
Definitely so. I wouldn't say I know her so much. There's a nice lady who runs the shops across from where we live, Sarita. She runs a newsagents there, and she's been robbed so many times. They break in. They don't really steal too much, but it's the damage they do getting into the property. It raises her interest on
the insurances and all this stuff.
Yeah, insurance and stuff, and like it's just not on. I don't know how you're going to fix it, but in a place like Toowoomba, there's no way for the kids to go work off their steam. I'm not saying that's the only reason. Like sometimes kids are just, I'm not going to say like bad homes or something, with both parents having to work to afford things these days, there's no one at home to keep an eye on them. They're influenced by things that they see on TV and on the internet. And they think it's cool. I mean, I'm not going to say I was a perfect angel when I was growing up, but, I never broke into any shops or anything,
Yeah, of course.
Stole the odd pack of chips or something from the corner shop or something, but, that's a bit of harmless childhood pranks,
There is a school of thought that parents are not doing enough, that parents, you have neglected the tough love.
Yeah.
You forget your roles as the parent, and instead it's the vice versa.
Yeah, it's more trying to be friends with your kids than it is being a parent. There's sort of a medium you got to go there. Like, you want your kids to like you, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for them, and it's your job to bring them up so they can be productive members of society. I walk down the road, I'm a big boy myself, kids calling me fat, abusing me, wanting to bash me and stuff like that. And it's like, I mean, again, I wasn't the best kid when I was growing up, but I would never have talked to an adult like that.
Definitely, kids are wild these days.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if it's fully the parents either. It's the schooling system as well. I'm not saying, they should bring the cane back,
But you're saying they should bring something close
yeah,
to the cane back.
I think if kids are going to be mostly at school, they're not going to have the parental viewership and attention when they're at home. The schools need to have a bit more control over what they can do with the students while they're at school. Like, telling a kid off isn't going to do anything if they know there's no punishment. It's like counting to 3 and you don't get off the sofa. It's like, after a while, they're not going to listen to you.
Yeah, they know it's nothing. That's not. Okay, what is your message to the parents, first of all, the parents of these children? What's your message to them?
That's an interesting question, being one of those parents myself.
Yes, I mean, we are parents. You are your own parents.
The whole thing is like, you just got to keep an eye on your kids. You don't know what they're looking at on the internet and stuff. I'm not saying you should control what they watch, because you're just going to get lashed back from that. You can't tell kids what they can and can't do. But just be aware if you notice anything that's going on. Maybe have a look at what they're looking at on their TikTok and stuff like that. Who they're talking to, who they're following, that sort of stuff. And just maybe take time to have interests with your kid, like watch something with them, see what they're interested in, and try to communicate with them through that. Okay. I've got a lot of that through gaming with my kids. They like Minecraft and Fortnite, so I've started doing a bit of that just so I can talk to them as a person rather than just like as a parent. Because it's not your dad having a go at you, it's your teammate sort of thing. Which has gotten a bit easier. The gap between, like with my parents, there was a huge gap. They were adults, I was a child. But with the increase in technology, it's sort of like parents can communicate with the kids in ways other than just being a parent. It's
beautiful. What is your message to the young people themselves who are watching? Because I know you are watching, you are always watching. What's your message to them?
It's all a bit of harmless fun, but when you start ruining people's livelihoods, scaring old people, it's just not cool anymore. It's like, mate, you're a criminal at that point, and nothing's cool about being a criminal. I've known people who go to prison. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not cool to go to jail.
It's not cool, guys, to go to jail. Well, you heard the lad. Tell them to like and share and subscribe, and tell them I run the streets.
Oh, I don't run the streets. I don't run anywhere. If I run, mate, there's something bigger than me chasing me. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe. This guy's absolutely fucking awesome.
Okay.